Grow My Cleaning Company teaches owners of cleaning companies just like you how to grow your company, make more money, and finally take charge of your financial future and your life. This podcast is about automating and creating systems that give you time and money freedom so you can grow like crazy without losing control. Since this is totally free, if you're getting tons of value, want to support us and make sure that you get more of the good stuff, subscribe, rate, and review to this podcast today. Now, on to the show. Hey, Cleaning Nation. I usually have a good-looking girl to my top, right, left, whatever you're, how you're reviewing this. Today, I have a fine-looking young gentleman. Young, fine-looking gentleman's iffy. So we'll stick with young and fine-looking. With the gentleman, you'd have to. I'll let you be the judge. Anyway, this is Jared Robinson. He is also known as Big Red. How he will be checking into the hotel for our next level event coming up. He is our Facebook guy. If you've seen an ad, and many of you, my favorite response when I go, "Hey, how did you hear about Cleaning Nation?" They'll go, "I don't know. I was on Facebook, and then now I'm at this event, and I don't know really what happened between." That was because you fell for some of Jared's amazing mind voodoo. I shouldn't say fell for, but you were privileged enough to go through one of Jared's funnels. So that's who Jared is. Right before we started, I asked him what he wanted to talk about, and he shared it, and I'm super excited. He said, and I get this too, and I always refer to Jared, so it'll be great as opposed to having to have this conversation 100 times one-on-one. We'll have it all with you today. People come to Jared going, "I know I should have a Facebook page," and we've got a Facebook page, or we've got a Facebook group where people, and I'll let Jared share the difference, where people are like, I get all my stuff from social media, and then we don't know what that means. So we see people that are like, quote unquote, getting leads and customers for social media. And we don't know, does that mean like I post pictures of my food, or like, "Hey, buy my crap. Here's a picture of me cleaning. Click here for me to clean for you." Like, I think people are just completely confused about, we talk a lot about paid, and Jared's great at that. Today is going to be all Facebook, all free. So walk us through your thoughts, kind of what people do wrong, what they should be doing, on how to look at, how to think about, and some of the tactical on, we won't even say social, because that's what I hate when people are like, "Oh, I'm on social media." What the heck? There's like 1,000 platforms and 1,000 ways. So Today, just Facebook, just organic. Talk to us.
Sure. So yeah, just as Mike was saying, it's a real common question of like, I have this Facebook page, or I'm on Facebook. I've put my business, but I don't know what people are seeing, how I'm reaching people, what I'm supposed to be working on. Am I supposed to be putting a lot of time into this? And so I normally give kind of a two-way answer. One is, there's the way that you don't lose business, and then there's the way that you can gain business. So there's kind of two different, depending on how much work you want to put into it. So the first one is, I just don't want to scare people off. So that is, you want to build your Facebook page to be, because what's going to happen is, especially if you're advertising on Facebook, or you're in Facebook groups and you're working your magic there. A lot of residential cleaners do that. They can promote to their Facebook page, which is nice because you're not putting it into an outside link, you're bringing them right to your Facebook page. So having a Facebook page that just shows that you're a legit business is a great place to start. So having your stuff up there, showing that you're a cleaning company that is functional and works and is good, is a great place to start. And that's a way to not lose business. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but once you have a Facebook page, you can be found through Google search on a Facebook page. If someone does search your name, you want the search to be filled up with as many options that point to you as possible. So taking advantage of Facebook's platform and getting that URL to direct to you, and then have them come there and see like, okay, this is a cleaning company. Great. I like these people, or whatever it may be.
And
so that's
the great way to screw that up is to have at the top of your feed a post from 2018. We're recording in 2021. So then I'm like, oh, are they even in business? So you would have rather had no Facebook page than a Facebook page that hasn't been attended to in 9 months, because now we're confused as to, are they operational or what's going on? Okay, continue. I just want to make sure they didn't miss you can get bit on that one. Just not doing anything can hurt you.
Right. Yeah. And so that's usually, for me, that's usually like the look. If you bare minimum, this is kind of what you need to be doing. The mistake that a lot of people make is that they start to post on their Facebook page because they have one and they think like, yeah, I want it to be up to date. I want it to be work. And they start celebrating President's Day and Groundhog's Day. And they just post stuff about themselves, or just what they think social media is, which is like wishing everyone a Merry Christmas or whatever it may be like. And that's not what we should be keep in mind that when we have a Facebook page, the idea of it is that when someone comes to it, we want to engage that person. So if someone comes to your page on President's Day, great, you've wished them happy President's Day. If they come the day after, then it's an old post, it's done. So creating evergreen content that's directed to the pain of the person coming to the Facebook page. So you know what your clients' pains are. You know what they want to see, what frustrations they have in their current life. And if you can provide solutions to that, that's when they'll stick around. So there's something called a bounce rate, which is just when someone comes to, go ahead.
You're missing mistakes that they make. And I want to make sure that we hit all, because you're moving on to like, here's how to do it right. I'm like, hold on, there's another way you can screw this up. And I want to make sure that I miss it. So exactly what Jared said in terms of like, happy Groundhog Day, hey, let's all, whatever the thing is, it's just nothing. Like it's just a zero burger in terms of like, here's our team's new uniforms. Look at the hamburger I had for lunch. This is great. Or posting a joke or a meme or an email that everyone's read at that. Any of that garbage is like way to this side. I'm going my left arm way out for those of you on the podcast. The other way, so that's not saying anything. The other way you can screw this up is, hey, call now for a free estimate. Get a clean. We're the best cleaners now. Like offer. So one is you don't say anything about anything, and people are confused as to I didn't come to this Facebook page to be wished a happy President's Day. I was hoping for some sort of information about something in the industry that you're in. The other one is just sell, which is like weird. Like you go to a party, you walk in, and Jared's like, "Hey, I'm Mike. What do you do for a living?" I'm like, "I'm a coach of cleaning companies. Do you have a cleaning company? If not, I can get you a special." Right? He's like, the whole party's going to be polluted. They're going to throw me out.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You're right. So yeah, they kind of have a rule, and it's like, it used to be 80-20, which was like 80% about them. And then 20% of your time, you can kind of say like, by the way, we do these things and blah, 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 blah. And it's like moved more now into like a 90-10 scenario where content is becoming so much, people's attention is what we're trying to get. So if you build your Facebook page with the idea of, I want people's attention, it changes the way you post on your social media, whether this is, and this, you could take your content and put it on Instagram if you want and all that kind of stuff. But when you have your content in mind of, I want someone to watch this or engage with this or be involved in this or relate with this, that's what's going to keep someone on your page longer. And every second someone's on your page longer, that person has a higher chance of becoming your client than they do another person's client. And so if you're just putting offers up, offers, okay, I'm on to the next guy. I guess I'm tire kicking. I guess I'm just going to go see what they're offering over here and see whose offers the best. But if you can engage someone in and have them really be in your content. And so let's just say you're a residential cleaner and you are posting things about stuff that's happening in your neighborhood and stuff that they can take we're in lockdown right now, but like stuff that they can take the kids to and all that kind of stuff, then they're going to start to engage in what you're offering them. And that's going to keep them longer on the page. And then you can start to use their attention to say, hey, by the way, we have another way that we can help save time or help you with those kids that you have or whatever it may be.
And what Jared just said is magic. I don't want you to miss the last part because it's just the tiny piece of it. So when he said, hey, we've moved from like 80% give, 20% take to 90% give, 10% take. I'm like, I don't even think that's it anymore. I think it's 100% give, no take. And you're like, well, how do I ever sell anything? And Jared said it perfectly at the end. You give a bunch of value of here's how to save time. Here's how to spend more time with your kids. And then for those of you that engage or those that engage and really like what you're putting out and kind of connect with you and your brand, then one of the ways that you could help them spend more time with their kids is getting a cleaning service, which of course is going to be yours because they do it. Perfect example of this. We typically do these podcasts and we've done over 600 now for 20 minutes. At the end, for 30 seconds, I'll go, hey guys, if you really dig Jared or me or our message, you want more, go to growmycleaningcompany.com and get a bunch more stuff. And guess what happens when you go to growmycleaningcompany.com? You're like, I know what happens. You're going to sell me something. No, we do not. There's free webinars. There's more. It's more free stuff. And guess what? And then even that, it might be, you can set up all that to say, you guys come to us. We just give. And the people that are like, holy crap, I get the concept of if every time I interact with these people for free, I get value. I wonder if I gave them money, could I get more value? And then they come to us. So hopefully you guys got that with Jared. you just keep giving value. And then one of the things you could do is, obviously, if your service doesn't give value to your clients, you're in the wrong business. So if it does give value, it's just a natural progression. I don't have to sell you guys on, go to my website. Come on, you listen to 20 minutes of content, you mooch, you owe me a website visit. You better stay there for 6 minutes. Like Jared's laughing because he knows how terribly that would go over. But we just go, there's more free stuff. If you like this, you're going to love that. Go check it out. And you go there, there'll be other offers for more ways that we try and give you value. And at some point you'll wander. And again, there has to be a funnel. I'll let Jared talk about that. Like, how do you make the transition to money? But the big thing isn't 90% give, 10% take. It's 100% give. 10% of that give might be them giving you money for more of a get, but it's still always, how can I make their life better? Sorry, Jared, I keep jumping in because you're saying such good stuff. I can't help myself. Go ahead.
No worries. Yeah. So once we switch the mindset to how do we capture attention, right? How do we get people to come here? One of the things that I do when I'm creating, so I create anything you see on Facebook that comes from me. I create it all, I get it all and edit it and put it together, Photoshop, all that stuff. One of the things that I do when I create ads is that I have our core values, and I take our core values and I encompass those in what I'm posting. So like one of our core values is to have fun. And so I don't know, recently there's one, I have one that I don't know if you've seen it, Mike, but you're the fairy godmother from Cinderella. So there's like a
Jared
Cinderella.
Likes to say, I want to have fun. What's fun for him is making Mike look stupid. Unfortunately, you guys like that as well, so they work. So I can't even yell at him because he's like, "Hey, do you want me to take this really high performing ad down?" I'm like, "No, I don't. I'll be the fairy godmother."
Exactly. And so as I'm creating those content, one of the things that helps me is, is this going to hold attention? Is this something that they care about? Is this something that they're interested in? And number two is, does this encompass with our core values? And so is this, because then you're doing kind of two forms of branding, in that one, you're providing value, but then two, they're getting to know who you are, and they're getting to connect. And as humans, we like to know who people are. And so if we walk into a room and some guy looks like they're a big jerk, we avoid them because they look like a jerk. But if they look fun and we want to be with fun people, we tend to gravitate towards those type of people. So as you start to make your content and have your core values in them, they're getting to know who you are as a business before they even have that first contact with you. And so encompassing core values with what content you're creating, holding attention, that's the best way to get organic traffic from Facebook.
Yeah, and it's funny because we almost never, aside from when we're coaching, I'll share them, but in our marketing efforts, we never go, I don't think Jared, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I've ever seen an ad of Jared go, "Hey, have fun, make money, be real, help out." That's what we're about. If you're about that, come hang out, right? He puts posts up that are fun and that help people make money. And we do try and help out. And we're super real, right? That's my favorite thing when we have events and people come and they meet Jared and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're just like Jared on the thing." And Jared's like, "Yeah, of course. That's who I am." So how do we, I've got so many questions, so little time. How do we be effective at this so we can create good content that gives value without making it a full time, because we're like, I got rags to clean, people to hire, customers to go, like, it just feels overwhelming. How do we make that happen if we don't have, not lucky enough to have a Jared on our team? Yeah.
So a good way to do this, Facebook actually provides a lot of tools that can help you calendar what you're doing. There's one that's called, I think if you Google search Facebook business or Facebook, I think it's called Facebook Business Calendar is what it's called. And it'll Business Creative. That's what it's called. Facebook Business Creative. You go there and it'll give you a calendar and you can legit plug everything. So you can just sit down for a Saturday and map out an entire month of kind of what you're going to be doing. Using the internet is a good way to do it. Go Google search some articles and some issues and some this, and then you connect pictures with those. You can write out some captions that follow your core values and get those. And you can plan that all out a month ahead, 2 months ahead, so that it's just on autopilot. It'll post and everything will be going. And so those who are coming to your Facebook page are seeing relevant new content coming up, as opposed to you thinking, "Oh my gosh, I need to post. I haven't posted on my Facebook in a week. Oh, I need to hurry and sit down and do this." And then I've got this to take care of. Nope. Just when you have that moment and you're thinking growth of your business, you're forward thinking, that's times to sit down and really brainstorm out what your content's going to be. Put that up and you're good to go.
And I want to encourage you. Jared does a great job with me. I don't know if you do it with Lindsay and Jackson. You probably should if you don't. Of like, he'll get with me, but "Hey, Mike, make me this video," right? Because he's like, I can only do so much content on my own, but we've got a team. So even if you're like, "Oh, it's just me," well, what about your family? If you have cleaners, vendors, people you work with, customers, people that sell you stuff, they could all be options of content. So don't feel like you have to do it completely on your own. Second, I just had an idea, Jared. If it sucks, tell me like, oh, that's too much work. I don't want to do it. So one of the things that we do for free and try and give value is we have a Facebook group that's got over 10,000. I don't know for 15,000 yet, but thousands of owners of cleaning companies. I was thinking, would it make sense? Is this too much work for you, Jared? Or Jackson's not here, so we can make him do it. Or Lindsay, she's not listening. To just put like in our Facebook group, just put this podcast up, have a post and go, hey, put your best creative. And then we can kind of start a thread of people getting to share like, hey, here's whatever. Maybe you and Jackson once a week for a week or two could just come in and kind of give your feedback and everyone else give feedback. You willing to put your time mouth where your time money is? I got really confused on that analogy, but is that?
Yeah, 100%. I'll do that.
All right, cool. So, Alan, I think is our podcast editor, Lindsay's husband. Will you make sure, or Jared, just somebody make sure, not me, to put this in the group and then share the link to our Facebook group. And I think if you just go to Facebook and Google Grow My Cleaning Company group, you shall find us. And then maybe we'll pin this up for a week, let you guys put your best creative. Maybe Jared, you could share some of our creative and just some of the back end of like, here's how this, maybe our best and our worst, like the month. This one kicked butt and here's why I think why. And this one flopped and here's why I think why. And then you guys can all put your creative in and we'll have Jared and or Jackson give their feedback on your stuff.
Perfect.
So there you go. Jared does me a favor by coming and helping me out with the podcast. I'm like, how about some more work? And Jared's like, because we're being recorded, I would love that. But afterwards, he'll curse at me and he hits me sometimes. All right. So let's sum up and then I'm going to let you add anything else that we missed. One, I hear if you're going to have a channel, keep it semi up to date, right? If there's nothing there for 2 or 3 months, years, that's bad. Oh, by the way, we should have a Twitter channel. I'm assuming we have nothing. If we do, it's dead and whatever, and it's fine, right? I would rather, and I'm not saying Twitter's bad. I'm just saying I'd rather do the 2 or 3. Like we're pretty heavy on Instagram, Facebook, like LinkedIn. We're pretty weak on. What else we got? Oh, podcast, obviously. So in our YouTube channel. So we've kind of got the 4 that we work with, and we do a phenomenal job on those. Twitter, LinkedIn, we're weak, right? And if we had infinite time, would we be better? Yes, but we don't. So I'd rather us do really well at 1 or 2.
Totally.
Yeah. So do fewer better than more, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Second, don't give, like what Jared said, happy this day, happy that, like just nothing, right? And don't sell all the time. Find a way to actually give value. Third, the way that your company gives value should just be a natural progression. So it doesn't go from giving value to selling. It's just giving value the best way that you can. And if you don't give value to your community, we got a whole different problem Facebook can't solve. So you got to make sure you're giving value. And then it's just a natural, like, here, hey guys, if you want more, go to growmycleaningcompany.com. There's more me, there's more Jared, there's more everything. Go check it out. See, hopefully no one felt sold to. That wasn't a take. It was we're running out of time. I can only give you so much value with Jared here. If you want more of this, we have a whole archive. And then I feel like there's a key point I'm missing. Was that it, Jared, or something else?
Yeah, and then just keeping your core values and what you're doing and what you're creating. You're good to go.
And again, when we have fun, make money, be real, and help out, it turns some people off. Like Jared made a really good point. Like if you walk into a party and there's a guy who looks like a jerk, I'm totally going to make this up. So say to Jared, a jerk's 300 pounds, biker, tattoos, bald, whatever. To Jared, that might register as jerk. And that might be okay to biker guy. He might be like, well, floppy haired, red bearded guy kind of looks like a jerk to me. I got no interest. So it's okay. If I walk in, and you guys that are watching the video know this ain't me, but if I'm also 300 pound biker and I've got my Harley jacket and I see him, that might be super attractive. So it's not so much the biker's trying to get everybody. He's just like, I want people that are a good fit. So it's okay if you're Jared and you're disconnected with that brand and it's not your brand. Like my wife buys a lot of Victoria's Secret. I bought none. That's okay with them. They're not, or if I was looking at their stuff, it's not for the reason they want. I don't think.
I was going to say, what a plot twist if you did buy a lot of their stuff.
Right. That would be well. And again, nowadays, maybe that's my it is not, but whatever. So anyway, all that to say, make sure that you're being who you are, having your core values, and it made my heart happy to hear Jared say our core values, and I heard him saying our, meaning Grow My Cleaning Companies and Jared's shared core values, not our the company I represent. And that I love that, right? Like he just is like, oh, I'm just going to share my core values, which line up perfectly with the company. And guess what? That's why I'm here. So really key when you're doing creative. If it's hard on like, well, what do I say? And I don't want to just, our core values have nothing to do with President's Day, Grant. I have no strong feelings one way or another. So Jared doesn't talk about it, right? All right. Awesome. Guys, gals, if you're like, I want more, do go to growmycleaningcompany.com. There is so much. We've done over 600 episodes. So if you want to kind of focus and just be like, I don't know where to start, there's, again, another free thing. Watch how this works. And actually, if you want to see our funnel, I'm going to tell it to you right now. There's a free on-demand training right at the front and center. It's the free masterclass. You can sign up for it. The cost is your email address and agreeing for us to send you more value later, which at any point, if you think it sucks and it's not value, just opt out. And at the end of that, if you get a lot of value, we'll be like, hey, here's the next steps to take to get even more free value, right? So this funnel that you're in right now, and let's say you watch an ad Jared put up to get to the show, that this show would be step 2. Step 3 would be to go to the website. Step 4 would be to go to the webinar. Step 5, and this is all free and all stuff we're giving you value, would be there's another free thing at the end of the webinar that gives you even more value. So that's the kind of way you want to think about it, as opposed to how can I get them to give me money now? Switch to how can I give them a bunch of value now? And after I've given enough value, they'll start going, enough. I just want more. Just let me pay you and just pay more attention to me. So Jared, questions, comments, rude remarks, or you feel like we did all the damage we can do?
I think it's perfect.
All right, Cleaning Nation. We will hopefully we'll see you in the Facebook group. We'll try and put a link there. Put your creative. Jared will put our best and our worst and kind of give his thoughts on why. And you guys put your best and your worst, and we'll do what we can to help you make your Facebook page amazing. Appreciate y'all. Talk soon. Thanks for tuning in to today's show. If you're fired up, ready to grow, and want to see if you have what it takes to work with us at Grow My Cleaning Company, here's what I want you to do right now. Go to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. That's growmycleaningcompany.com/talk to book an appointment to speak with me personally. I'm going to jump on the phone with you to get you crystal clear on where you are now, where you want to be, and how to get you there. Don't walk around in the dark any longer. If you are serious about growing your cleaning company, it's time to finally get the systems in place that you need to grow. We've helped hundreds of owners of cleaning companies not only grow their business and their personal freedom, but give back to their community as well. If that's what you're looking for, head over to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk and book a time to talk with me personally. I can't wait to get to know you and your business.